I hope you guys have the same rights that I've had for carrying a firearm for all these years, but I'm not sure. Now that's a boatload of fun! Good morning! My name is Tom. I come to you from Northern Maine. Welcome to my cabin this morning. Get yourself a cup of coffee. Yes, it's way too hot and humid for coffee, but hey, we gotta have a cup of coffee going. So, I've been up here at the cabin. I've been up here for a little more than a week now. I've been working on the new addition for the bunkhouse. Just plain having a good time and not working the whole time. There's no fun in that. So, I got a couple stories for you today. What's all this on the table? And I'm going to start out with yesterday morning. Ron, you guys have, you've probably seen him in the comments here and there, but Ron has a cabin about, I don't know, 15 miles from here, I guess, give or take. And he invited me down for coffee. And that's good. We like the coffee. But when he sent me home with some pulled pork little pies. Hand pies, you know how I like them little pies anyways, but his wife had made them pies, and there was three of them in a Tupperware dish, not Tupperware, but a Cool Whip container, and he said, here, you got to take these home with you. Well, I had those for supper last night, and Ron, I was going to call you and tell you how good they was, but I figured I'd tell you in a video, so you make sure your wife watches this video. But those little pulled pork pies, my goodness, were those delicious. Her pie crust is a lot better than mine. So, thank you. And I had a great cup of coffee with you, Ron, so thanks a lot for having me down. So now we're going to get into today. What's on this table? There's another fella up there, his name's Gary, so hello Gary. We've been trying to connect for, I don't know, a couple of months now. He had some 308 brass that he wanted me to have. Some military 308 brass, and asked if I would be interested in it. And I said, of course, I'll take all the 308 brass I can get. So I met up with him this morning. We finally connected and met up with him, and come to find out, where we met was a lot further for both of us than where he's from. So he thought I was coming from a different direction, and I thought he was coming from a different direction, and both of us was wrong. So we both went a long ways out of our way to meet where we could have met only a couple miles. So we ended up at a small store for coffee. And I think I had 2.5 hour coffee with him, so I hope it wasn't too long for you, Ron, but my goodness, what a good conversation. So anyways, but he brought me, this is like a Christmas gift to me, let me tell you. Thank you very much, Ron. This is 308 brass. That's what I was expecting, because that's what he said he had. And then at the same time, he had a bunch of, what is this? This is... yeah, that's more 308s, and this right here is 223. This box is full of 223. This other bag is 223. So my goodness, there must be, I don't know, there's some numbers on here. I almost think there's at least 3,000 223 brass there. So that's unbelievable, Ron. I mean, Gary, so thank you very much. And the same thing on these 308s. I have no idea how many is in here, but I am looking forward to playing with all of them. And then, he gives me the empty brass, and because I'm casting bullets, he had this pure lead left over from a chimney job, I guess, at his house. So he not only gave me the brass, but he gave me the lead to put in the end of the brass. So that's pretty good. And then in the live stream the other night, we had a live stream here. I think it was Friday night. I'm 99% sure it was Friday night. And I had mentioned I was looking for some unique powder. Because I'm using unique, I'm using red dot, and I'm using Herco's powder. And the red dot you saw in my last video, if you haven't seen it, yeah, it was in the last video, the price tag on it was $16.95. My father had gave me that pound of red dot. So Gary brought this pound of unique, and the price tag on it is $14.95 back when he purchased it. Brand new, still in the sealed can. Gary, thank you. Got Ron on the mind because I started out with him. My brain doesn't work too good. Thank you, Gary. I am going to put that to good use. That is, I'm finding some of these powders are the ones that are better for my cast bullets. So that's a pretty good thing. And then, while I was looking around the cabin, different things that people have given me over the years. We got this coffee that came in from Doug. So there's your coffee can, Doug. It's still here at the cabin. Teresa from, I hope I get it. Oh, yeah, and I always get it wrong, Teresa. Is it New Brunswick? I don't think it's Nova Scotia. I think it's New Brunswick. Anyways, Teresa, you know. This right here is from Teresa and Terry. So thank you very much, Terry. We're still enjoying that. And then I don't have it with me because I wasn't planning this kind of a video. I have another subscriber. His name is Brian. Thank you very much, Brian. I think it was last trip up, he had left off some lead. He left off 50 pounds of lead for me at a friend of ours that's close to him. I wasn't here the week that he was up here to be at his cabin, but he left 50 pounds of lead there for me, so I don't have that in the picture, Brian, but thank you. And I've had other people, I've done videos on it, other people that have sent me brass over the last, through the winter months, through January on. We've been working on that 308. So I thank you all for all the great support in making sure I've got plenty of brass to fill up. So just excited about that, and I wanted to do a video just to, it's nice that there's people out there that really give you hope, and that not everybody's gone bad in this country. So thank you guys. And there's at least 3 more people that have sent me brass, 308 brass. Chase was one of them. John up in Greenville. My 2 cents. Larry sent me brass. So I think that covers it. And if I left you out, I'm sorry. But, you know, I had a lot of people to keep track of. But I wanted to just do a great big thank you video here for this. This stuff is like Christmas to me. To most people, this is a box of junk. To me, that'll be about 3,000 rounds of 223 brass that will be filled up and ready to fire. So it doesn't get any better than that, let me tell you. So have a cup of coffee with me and just enjoy the moment here on the porch. It's been raining now for 2 days. It rained yesterday. It's letting up now, but boy, it's humid. A little bit of sun that came out made it humid, but it poured here yesterday a lot. This morning was pretty good amount of rain that came in. But otherwise than that, things are quiet as a mouse up here at the Rustic log cabin. Until I drag out that 44 Magnum and wake up the woods. But my goodness. What would be going to camp without firing a firearm here and there? So we're going to fire this 44 Magnum 6 times. And we're going to do it in honor of every hunter, fisherman, outdoorsman, anyone that has carried a firearm and has made sure that we have the right to carry a firearm in our lives today. So here you go to all you sportsmen that came behind us, or came before us. And this is to the future people that are coming behind us. I hope you guys have the same rights that I've had for carrying a firearm for all these years, but I'm not sure. Now that's a boatload of fun! How you like that, Aaron? Aaron is from Australia, and he gets a kick out of it when I bring out the 44 Magnum. I'll tell you what, I would sure hate to be on the business end of that 200 grain bullet. Holy smokes. I just poured about 500 240 grain bullets. So Aaron, I hope you enjoyed that. Oh my goodness. Hey, you guys have a sip of coffee with me, and I will see you next week.